financial and logistical support in making this project a digital and actual reality. Thank you, Tactics. You're all about the room, so we really appreciate you. We'd also like to thank the Rainbow Bistro for hosting us, and to all of those who have helped via time, effort, money, listening to us practice these lyrics over and over again in the house. We could not have done it without you. So thank you, and thank you for being here, everybody. Now, I keep using this. What is this anyway? Today, you will be treated to songs as well as storytelling that fill in the narrative gaps of this show. For those of you who listened to all 32 minutes of the album that was put out on yet, but this does bring us one small step closer to making this a reality. Strap yourselves in and prepare to blast off. We're going to space. Have fulfilled the rigorous requirements of the Canadian Interplanetary Corporate Partnership Program and have been placed in Sector photon beams. No idea what any of that means, but all of that sciencey stuff, it's gotta be more than enough to take me into space. I'm going to space. See ya later, everybody. Gonna miss you, but I'm going to space. Finally gonna get out of this place. I'm going to space. I'm going to space. Between a bold and new frontier, in a crummy life down here, the choice for me is clear. Now that I'm in my 18th year, and there's nowhere now, dear, the choice for me is clear. I gotta go to space. I'm going to space. See ya later, everybody. Gotta miss you, but I'm going to space. Don't have anybody to keep me in this place. Only allowed one medium suitcase, extending the reach of the human race in space. Because I'm going to space. Woo!
Finally fixed the planet, and now we gotta go. They finally fixed the planet. It's heartbreaking, I know. They thought that we'd be overrun by gases and pollution, but getting rid of human beings was the best solution. It seems that Earth could not sustain 10 billion human lives, but cut that number down by half and everything's high five. They finally fixed the planet and now we gotta go. They finally fixed the planet. It's heartbreaking, I know. Staying here on Mother Earth, it comes at quite the cost. The criminals and poor folks are the first ones to be tossed. They call it an adventure, our species' destiny. But those words don't describe your average mining colony.
Wait, mining? Nobody said anything about mining.
Well, Sam, what do you think we're going to be doing up there?
Well, exploring, finding cool things, meeting aliens.
I hate to break it to you, but in the 150 years of human space travel, no one has ever encountered anything more interesting than a fossilized microbe, let alone sentient life.
What?
I've met chia pets more interesting than anything that we're going to meet up there. No missing, it's all about the goods.
But I thought that everything on Earth.
Even if you believe that everything is made from some recycled parts, there's no way that everything is 100% recycled.
What?
And there's only one way. Or finding crystals, rocks and gas and ore. If you're searching for the truth, it's already been found. Mining makes the world go round. We borrowed from the earth to make a lot of stuff. The government decided that enough was enough. They clamped down on mining with harsh legislation, but recycling couldn't. Cornucopia, dig, dig, dig. More. Finding crystals, rocks and gas and ore. If you're searching for the truth, it's already been found. Mining makes the world go round. Platinum, palladium, and gold. All good reasons to suit up for the cold. Titanium, magnesium, and cobalt too. The economy is good for me and you. You can be a have-not, you can be a have. The meaning of life's at the bottom of a shaft. Water is great, food is divine, but you can't build squat if you ain't got a mind.
So we can't mine on the Earth because of the government?
Well, the rich people pressured the government into it, but yeah.
That's why we're being sent to the asteroid belt, to keep regulators happy?
Dig, dig, dig. Finding crystals, rocks and gas and ore. If you're searching for the truth, it's already been found. Mining makes the world go round.
Jim and a very queasy Sam arrive at an orbital platform for training. They are greeted by an uptight trainer and their very unfriendly co-worker, Tina Young. One small step, could this really be my destiny? One small step, can't wait till I arrive. One small step, I hope it doesn't get the best of me in the journey of my life. We will now begin our training, 12 hours every day. The knowledge you'll be gaining will help you on the way. Galactic navigation is proving to be tough. Now circuit integration, I think I've had enough.
My physical endurance could use a little bump. But to keep my health insurance, I'll have to move my rump.
Logistics aren't a problem since I'm so organized, but these sweaty, smelly spacesuits have not been sanitized. One small step, could this really be my destiny? One small step, can't wait till I arrive. One small step, I hope it doesn't get the best of me in the journey of my life.
My name is Tina Young. At science I excel, but working with the team isn't something I do well. They've taught us about drilling and bringing back the ore, but it isn't very thrilling, and we should be paid much more.
I have paid attention through all this blasted song, but nobody has mentioned what to do if things go wrong.
If you encounter pirates, do not fight them away, but note that any losses will be taken from your pay.
What?
One small step, could this really be my destiny? One small step, can't wait till I arrive. One small step, I hope it doesn't get the best of me in the journey of my life.
My name is Pawn, I'm your android friend. I'll be with you till your mission's end. I do repairs and can act as nurse. Most of your inhibitors ensure I never curse. And when we're done in about 5 years, just wipe my memory and bring right back here. My default is at helpful, I'm full of vim and pen.
Congrats, you've passed. Now let's begin with one small step. Could this really be my destiny? One small step, can't wait till I arrive. One small step, I hope it doesn't get the best of me in the journey of my life. One small step, could this really be my destiny? One small step, can't wait till I arrive. One small step, I hope it doesn't get the best of me in the journey of my life. In the journey of my life. On board the CIS Leonard Nimoy, Sam, Tina, and Pawn head off for Sector 42 with Jim as their captain due to his previous experience in space. Right before they arrive, they are caught and boarded by Demona Firedrake, the most fearsome pirate in the solar system.
I'm a pirate to some, I'm a spoon to many more. But the best word to describe me would be entrepreneur. I need no introduction, but I'll give it all the same. The only thing I'll give you is the fear of my name. I'm a bad, bad girl, I never play fair. I may know right from wrong, but I just don't care. Ran away from home when I was only 5. Never met my parents since, don't care if they're alive. Started stealing at 8, then hijacking at 10. I've been to jail once, but I'll never go back again. People try to cross me, they never get past this. The cops will never catch me, cause my ship is the fastest. I'm a bad, bad girl, I never play fair. I may know right from wrong, but I just don't care. Only had one love, then you left me all I don't trust anyone, and my crew are all droids. I could spend forever hiding in these asteroids. I always call the shots, I pity those in my path, but the world has screwed me over, it's gonna feel my wrath. I'm a bad, bad girl, I never play fair. I may know right from wrong, but I just don't care. I just don't care, I just don't care. I just don't care.
With the help of her heartless robot crew, Demona relieves our hero's ship of its cargo, its fuel, and its oxygen, and then sends it crashing into a nearby asteroid. Pon's emotional inhibitors are damaged, and he finds himself madly in love with Sam.
What is this feeling streaming through my wires? These ones and zeros affecting my desires, sending my CPU into a fit. If this is love, give me more of it. Give me more. I wanna be with you each other day. Give me more. I'm monitoring vital signs so they're okay. Give me more. I wanna take you in my arms and hold you tight. Give me more. To calm you down and tell you everything will be alright.
Okay, Pawn, I think it's time to hit pause. Find Jim so we can troubleshoot these flaws. Your concern for me is really nice to know, but you're going to a place that a robot doesn't usually go.
Come on, Sam, would you please give me a chance? Your lovely voice makes my circuits dance. You make a terabyte seem smaller than a bit. If this is love, give me more of it. Give me more. Just let me sweep you off of your feet. Give me more. Let me love you till I'm made obsolete. Give me more. I love your face and the way you talk. Give me more. And to prove it, I'm gonna get us off of this rock.
You will? Thank goodness.
I'll find a way, and when we're safely at our mining base, I'll shower you with all the love and attention my operational parameters will allow. Give me more. Is this how human beings feel? Give me more. Is it my programming or is it real? Give me more. Robotic love might not make much sense, but I'll love you with all of my artificial intelligence.
Sam is understandably unsettled by Pawn's new feelings for her, especially when he attempts to woo her with various pickup lines and mating dances from the animal kingdom. Yikes. She sneaks off and runs right into an 8-foot-tall, insect-like creature. Another species. I don't believe it. It's another species. And I hope it doesn't tear me into a million pieces. This brand new species.
Another species? Can it be? It's another species. I don't understand it, but I want to know what it entreaties. This brand new species.
It's a sentient species, knowing that now my fear decreases. With my curiosity engaged, my anxiety eases. This brand new species.
It's a sentient species. At first it gave me the heebie-jeebies. My computer can identify by its speech, but it won't be easy. This brand new species.
Wait now, I think it understands me. Wait now, what should I say? Wait now, is it gonna apprehend me? Wait now, it's backing away. Maybe it's afraid, maybe it's shy. It seems to be troubled, but I've no idea why.
I scanned the creature's ship, its language analyzed. I hope I don't offend it, but I know I gotta try.
Thanks to the alien's internal biocomputer, Sam learns that his name is Gene, that he hails from a planet 250 light years away, and his people communicate through yodeling. She also learns that he is here with his gender-neutral offspring, Bobby, and that they have problems of their own.
I know they say it's hard to be a parent, and that may be apparent, but it hits you like a meteor. When my wife said she's going back to work, I would prove I was not a jerk. It was a chance I was waiting for. Went on paternity leave to give my wife a reprieve. Wouldn't change it, rearrange it, but it's getting to me. My Bobby's 2 years old, already caught 20 colds. Bit of a terror, no error. They've got a heart made out of gold. So I thought it was time to catch a ride beyond the purple of our skies. Sometime outside after weeks in our home. Packed up the ship with lots of toys, all the things Bobby enjoys. And for the day, the galaxy we'd roam. But Bobby started to cry as stars were passing us by. Vomited twice, it wasn't nice. It caused the dashboard to fry. Dropped out of hyperspace there to make a couple repairs. So we touched down here, on the ground here, and Bobby slipped from their chair. Take it, Bobby! Yeah, just like that. As I was checking out the vents, out the airlock Bobby went. Luckily, Bobby's spacesuit was on. When I finally found my child, and it took me quite a while, I saw our spaceship was gone because you crashed into it, shattered our spaceship to bits. So please help us, and I'm regretting it. How are we going to get home? My baby's starting to moan. Your ship has failed us. Please help us, or let us borrow your phone. Thank you, Bobby.
You heard that right. The extraterrestrial wants to phone home. With this eye-shattering irony, Sam, Gene, and Bobby get to know each other. Sam explains the loneliness of the orphanage, and the 2 aliens warm up to her despite the circumstances, until they're discovered by Jim and Pawn. Dun, dun, dun.
girl. It's so clear what you're trying to do.
I'm not your girl.
We're sent by Demona just to finish us off, 'cause you're part of the robot crew.
Hey droid, you need to take a chill pill. I really don't like your attitude. I'm stuck on this rock with my little child, and it's all because of you. It's all your fault. Yes, it's all your fault.
No, it's all your fault. It's all your fault.
Hey dudes, we all need to take a step back. What this alien named G says is true. Our ships crashed into theirs while they chased their kid, and if we don't work together, we're through.
We're through.
Yeah, if we don't work together, we're through.
Thank you for laying out the situation for us. It sucks and our options are few. But our engine room is smoking and our comms array is broken. How to fix it? I ain't got a clue. It's all your fault.
Me?
Yeah, it's all your fault.
Yeah, it's all your fault. It's all your fault.
You humans may have got me into this mess. Now you're gonna whine and cry and stew. Why don't you let me in your ship so I can take a look, and then we'll see what I can do.
No way I'm gonna let you onto my ship after you froze one of my crew.
He's just a robot.
How do we know that you won't make it worse and betray and kill us too?
Hey you, we need to let them onto our ship to get an SOS call through. Would an alien assassin bring their child along? Does that make much sense to you? It's no one's fault, guys, it's no one's fault. Let's right this wrong, since it's no one's fault.
As a gesture of good faith, I'll reactivate your droid. But rest assured, I'll turn him off should I become annoyed.
If you could bypass the security like that and hack into my CPU, then you could likely fix our comms array so someone comes to our rescue.
Thank you, droid.
Yes, Gene, that's why we need you.
Fair enough.
That's right, Bobby.
With their initial accusations and mistrust out of the way, the humans, aliens, and Pawn set about fixing the broken communications device on the Leonard Nimoy before their air runs out. We gotta fix it, change it, rearrange it, gotta tweak it, move it, and improve it. If we wanna get home, we can't do it alone. That's why we work as a team.
Is this nano wiring? How primitive.
Cheer up, Gene, let's stay positive.
But all the wires are fried.
We've got extras inside.
That's why we work as a team.
Can you help me make these alterations? I think they'll be the key to our salvation.
With this alien tech, we can patch up this wreck. That's why we work as a team.
We gotta work, work, work together.
Let's put our differences aside.
Work, work, work together.
If we wanna catch a ride,
Work, work, work together.
This isn't in my protocol.
Work, work, work together.
It's all for one and one for all.
where does this black wire go? I just can't tell.
We're gonna wire it all in parallel.
To put it back online, use these spare parts of mine.
That's why we work as a team.
Sam, if we're saved, will you go out with me?
Let's make it back to Earth and then we will see. Now check the current flow.
At least that wasn't a no. That's why we work as a team.
I'm gonna boost the signal with my device. Accelerate the message with a quantum splice.
You giant yodeling bug, I could give you a hug.
Maybe not. That's why we work as a team. We gotta boost the signal. Please bring that cable over here. Boost the signal.
To get our message loud and clear.
Boost the signal.
Now that we've fixed our comms array,
Boost the signal. And hope that help will come our way.
Teamwork makes the machine work. Jim and his crew make a frantic distress call.
Mayday, mayday, somebody help us please.
Help us, please.
This is Captain James Baxter and my shipwreck crew of 4, and I'm begging you on my knees.
On our knees.
We were attacked, fiercely attacked, and her crew.
Her robot crew.
They stranded us here on the asteroid belt, somewhere out in sector 42.
42.
Our life support is running low.
So very low.
We're at the end of our flimsy road.
That's no joke.
There's only 36 hours till our air runs out. So if you hear this, you're our only hope.
Our only hope.
Like Obi-Wan, you're our only hope.
Oh, would you hope, please help us, you're our only hope.
A nearby ship answers the distress call. Jean and Bobby make a call of their own. Jim tells Sam how impressed he is with her leadership and how proud her parents would be if they could see her now. They all live happily until their savior turns out to be none other than Demona Firedrake. And she does not seem happy to see them.
Thought that you could hide your face. Thought I wouldn't see what's out of place. In your call for help, you said your name. That is the moment you lost the game. You thought you were done with me. But after what we shared, that just cannot be. Taste those fools, feel the pain. Demonize back again. If you think I'll forgive your sins, you must be a madman. We were young and we were free, and we were both into piracy. You brought the tech and I packed the heat. Together we thought we couldn't be beat. Oh, then we fell in love. We both got sloppy and long and cut up. They tased us both and threw us into the nearest jail. You told on me and you went free and left me in a cell. Did you know that I was pregnant when you left me there to stay? I was deemed unfit to parent. They took my baby girl away. Take those fools, feel the pain. must be a madman. Taste that fool till he feels my pain, until he goes insane. Insane.
Before Damona can inflict further pain on the shipwrecked castaways, Jean's very angry and heavily armed wife, Kate, arrives, demanding Jean and Bobby's release. A tense standoff ensues, with Damona's crew holding the aliens, humans, and androids hostage. In an effort to de-escalate the situation, Jim reveals that Sam is actually his and Damona's daughter. Kate immediately points a blaster at Sam's head. To secure her family's freedom, Damona struggles with her feelings of mistrust and rage, fair, but finally gives in and releases her captives. Kate follows suit, and both families are reunited, albeit with a few hard feelings. Apologies are made for abandonment, theft, destruction, and other inconveniences, and Damona tries to turn over a new leaf by destroying her robot crew. Sam chooses to go with Kate, Jean, and Bobby, and eventually Pawn, Jim, and Damona are allowed on board as well, due to the inoperability of Damona's ship without its crew. Cue the final song. I never saw this coming, can't tell where I'll go. Getting on this ship is the only way to know. I signed up for adventure, and though we crashed and burned, I learned the most important thing an orphan girl can learn. I met my mom and dad today, I met my family. Sure, they might have issues, but at least they both love me. My dream to roam the galaxy may turn out to be true, but it's not the destination, it's who goes there with you. One small step, another step towards my destiny. One small step, can't believe I'm still alive. One small step with an alien family in the journey of my life.
One small step, here we go into uncertainty. One small step with an alien and his wife and Bobby. One small step, I'm gonna take it with my family in the journey of my life.
One small step, now I go into captivity. One small step, for my daughter's sake I'll strive. One small step, I'll clear my criminal proclivity in the journey of my life.
One small step, now I have a personality. One small step, I guess it's gonna be alright. One small step, maybe Sam will go out with me. The meaning of life.
One small step, another step towards my destiny. One small step, can't believe I'm still alive. One small step, I'm gonna take it with my family in the journey of my life. In the journey of my life.
a quick 15-minute intermission. There's some cookies and snacks that you can get if you want to get a drink, and then we'll do a quick Q&A after that. Please do find a QR code or the Squarespace with Lydia, and please make a donation to Tactics, as our tickets were free tonight, and we really want to support all the amazing programming they're doing, like this production and all this amazing stuff going on in Ottawa. So if you have some questions, you can start thinking about them, and we'll see you in about 10 minutes.
Wait. If QR codes are weird to you, that's okay. We have paper slips where you so you chop down the tree and then it goes through a pulp of paper. And these little paper slips, you throw your name, you can put your email if you want to stay apprised of updates here. And if you have any feedback to give us, we like to receive it. So you can write that there or on the QR codes. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
What is your name? Bill. You are not the guy I thought you were. I thought your name was Jerry. But hey, Bill, I'm Ken.
Okay, yeah. So you're with...
Yeah, and that's Ken.
Okay.
It's my brother Ken, and my name is Ken. How did it go from your end?
Good. I figured out the audio problem.
What was it?
We didn't have it on. We had it in preview mode. So
Automatic.
as soon as I turned it on.
Okay, good. Okay, so that's where we're at. Okay. Did you see the her comments as she was sending them?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, good. So you dealt with that. Any good points?
No. It's like, yeah, I know, because every single time I switched to your camera, there was audio, and then when I switched to the other camera, there wasn't any audio. So I go, okay, what's going on here?
What did she say?
What's the first, everything sounded and looked awesome. All I had to do was the button.
The button. Okay, we got to remember the button. So we got you for a second. Were they waving at you? Was it you?
I have nothing to do with that.
Because they were
I
doing
think they
they were
meant the
doing
crew.
this, but they were doing this,
I don't know.
and you were the only one there. So I
was
did-
not involved at all.
Well, you streamed because the there, the you, the thing.
Okay, well,
Well, I was just wondering. Like,
That's interesting.
yeah, but it's a little delayed.
is that
You should
us?
have just grabbed that feed.
Well, if you guys are editing the video, you can cut me out because I don't want to take
They
any
were
credit. Maybe they were
it's
just
the law,
like the audience.
right? If I do
Not
this,
for everyone. I think it was like
no, it was.
I'm telling you, I contributed nothing to this.
Well, they're there. Were you not morally supporting this?
Yeah, but like that was like a very like everyone.
I don't know how to interpret this.
Okay.
That. Back me up here, right? If I'm like.
Laszlo sent a message. It's just not the last little thing. It's something about during intermission. So.
I love the Star Trek medical analyzer thingies during intermission. Sounds still up.
Oh.
Do you do all your own stunts, Silas?
Yeah, exactly. Unintentional.
Yes, we've all seen that video.
I'll stay standing.
Time to take a stand. Bring it down.
Okay, guys, I think we're going to get started with our Q&A period now. Anybody off the bat have any questions about the musical, the story, kind of how behind the scenes, how anything was done? Okay, maybe we'll just tell a story.
So this musical started when I was on disability leave. I'd had one of this is concussion number 3, and I woke up that morning and I had this idea, the Going to Space song just came into my head, and I didn't know what would happen with it, but I started writing it down by hand. And I thought, whoa, another one came. This was December of 2018. Went back to worked for a year, and then would take the bus to work, and the bus let me write by hand. And I would come home, and since I was trying to limit screen time, my wife, who was breastfeeding at the time, would type up some of these songs. So, Jane, wherever you are, thank you very much. Let's not forget that my mother-in-law typed up the other half of the songs. Wherever you are, thank you very much. Eventually, the script got worked out, but an a cappella musical, or non-musical musical, doesn't make a heck of a lot of sense. You need to put it to music for it to become a musical, otherwise it's just a play. Not to knock plays, but this had a vision, and that vision involved a friend of a friend who knew a guy, and that guy turned out to be Silas. So I was lucky enough to be put in touch with Silas, and I would send Silas this a cappella version that was inspired by an artist, or a lot of them were inspired by Bon Jovi. There's all the Damona songs, I don't know if you recognize them, they were inspired by. I'd send Silas an a cappella version, and Silas would send me back what you heard. So I think he deserves a round of applause. A question I've never actually asked Silas before is, why did you say yes?
I was broke. So I just finished my master's in classical guitar. I just moved to Montreal, and kind of starting off in a new city, I was trying to get my foot in the door in these places, and I got an email from 2 colleagues knew each other through my program, and hey, this guy wants you to write a sci-fi musical for him. Are you interested? It's I guess so. And, so it was kind of crazy. It started off, I think it was just 2 songs, maybe 1 or 2 songs. You just wanted the guitar songs, and you had a couple other composers involved. And it was a really cool experience because I hadn't done too much composing before that, and when I did, it was all myself just working alone. So to compose in the musical theater style, which I hadn't done before, and to base these ideas off of basically these voice memos that Sandy were sending me, or here's some lyrics that could sound like a gospel tune or something like that. It was pretty cool. It was a whole creative experience that I'd never had before. I'd never really done the recording parts either, so I'm fortunate enough that right now technology is good enough that whole album was recorded on my laptop. All of the guitars I could just do in my room. All of the drums were me on the keyboard, and all the piano and that stuff. So it was a great experience for me to kind of learn how to get into that line of things. And when we started, the goal was to sing with friends, right?
Yes.
Yeah, he's like, I just wanted to get together with a couple friends, and it'd be fun to sing it. And so that happened, and then I think that you had another concussion, right?
Noticing a pattern. So basically, January 2020, we had an actual table read. We've had the songs available to them, but people just wanted to read them a cappella just to see how the story would play out, and it happened. And then a helmet fell down in the garage, and while holding the helmet, I hit my head on a bike. I was concussion number 4 or 5. Oh, so much irony. So much. I've since converted to Mandalorianism, and I wear a helmet all the time when I'm not inside. And then COVID hit too. So between like having a concussion and COVID, it was just it for the musical for a while. Until Tactics came along. And Tactics, the Theater Artists Collective for Independent... Wait a second, can you give it to us, Lydia? Nope. Can't give it to us, Lydia. Anyways, this wonderful local theater artist collective gave us a grant. They agreed to give us a grant. And not only that, but with my prolonged concussion symptoms, they were prepared to kick it down the road by a year, delay it another year, until finally they're like, well, buddy, you gotta poop or get off the pot. They didn't say that. They said, we would love to either offer you, just normally do a development workshop, but thanks to COVID, never thought I'd say that. Thanks to COVID, they had this virtual reality series whereby you could do something live, but there had to be a digital component. And it was because of this that we were able to pay these actors and Silas as well for doing the mixing and produce the 32 minutes of pure joy on Spotify and YouTube that how many of you have actually heard the album prior to today? Okay, well if you haven't, you can go home and check it out. So a huge thanks to Tactics, also who sponsored us with this venue and baked the cookies. Okay, yeah, we'll now kick the ball off to Canada Council as well. So big round of applause to government funding.
We have to give a huge shout out to our cast too. I think that we had 6 rehearsals.
Yeah, or less.
Or less. So yeah, I think we had 1 in May, and then like 4 or 5 in July, and then we recorded everybody in the whole album within like 8 hours. So it was a big ask, and it sounds great. So I never expected it to sound this good. You know, it's like basically for the learning tracks, I would sing all their parts so that they could learn it, and I'm not a musical theater guy. So hearing them bring these characters to life has been a real treat for me. So let's give it up for that one more time.
I think we have a question over there.
Me?
Or are you just saying bye?
No.
Oh, that's your question. Yes.
Yeah. So you have this wonderful cast. Talk about the casting process. How did you find all these excellent actors to embody the roles?
Facebook.
Ouija board. Good question.
We're lucky to have our amazing production manager, Corinne, who was the one who communicated across various channels, and so we auditioned in March. We found our people, and we never looked back.
You mentioned having a couple songs at the start. Which song kind of came first, and also which song was, I guess, the most challenging to kind of nut to crack?
Going to Space was the first one that I wrote. What came second?
I think the first one I did was Bad Bad Girl. I think that the Demona tunes were first, and then probably One Small Step was like soon in there afterwards. I would say they were all like, for most of them, Sandy would give me like a voice memo of like a general kind of melody and a general kind of shape of the verses and things like that. And that's kind of helpful because with creativity, the less possibilities, the better. So it was nice to work into that. I don't think any of them were more challenging than others. It got to the point where, so Sandy was paying me out of pocket at first, and I remember him being like, so my wife's getting a little concerned with how much money I'm spending, but she's also like so happy at how happy it makes me. So how fast can you write these things? So I sent him a demo for like an hour and a half of work or whatever, just to kind of get the ball rolling, and then once we got the funding, it was a little different. But so yeah, it was like a really cool experience to just be like, all right, right. here's the whole script, here's all this, and this is set in stone, and just do what you want from there. So sometimes he'd be like, yeah, make One Small Step was supposed to sound like the Muppets. I think that was what you told me for that one.
Muppets Christmas Carol.
Yeah.
On the point where Bob Cratchit's coming home and the penguins are skating.
I've never seen the Muppets. I just thought it sounded like the Muppets.
Charlotte has seen it 5 times. Most of them in July. Yeah, I don't know what to, like, on the topic of One Small Step, the musical was originally supposed to be called that, and then I Googled it, and there are so many other shows with that name. So that's why we changed to One Small Misstep. I see another question. The girl in the dress. Why did I make up the musical?
Why did you make up the musical?
That's actually a really good question. Why do we create art?
Who's raising that child?
Well, I'm going to actually go with David's answer. A deep-seated void that needed filling. I'm actually going to credit my wife here. She doesn't always understand what I do. And she's like, I don't get it, but she supports it anyways. So yeah, I don't know. How many artists do we have in the building? I think whether you're an artist dramatically or theatrically or sandwich creatively, they're all, you know, the artists are all at the bar. What an interesting. You do it because you feel. Oh, she's not even looking at me now. But I don't know. I'm a big. Why did I do sci-fi specifically? Huge sci-fi fan. Huge sci-fi fan. I'm into Star Wars, Star Trek. I actually got more into Star Trek since writing this. But this whole thing was sort of a mix of like, and then I realized, but music. Why can't we put this stuff to music? And I saw a niche. I know there's one other. What's it called, Paul? Return for the Forbidden... No, not Return for prepositions. To the Forbidden Planet. But there's not many things out there. And I think sci-fi likes to skip over key details by just saying science. Right? And that's okay. We've let them get away with it for years. And it's just because if you get too bogged down in the details, then you start to lose track of the plot. And I think musicals share that with sci-fi. Because, yeah, you can get really bogged. I just saw the musical Sweeney Todd recently. Have we got any of the Sweeney Todd people here? Yeah. And yes, we have a few on stage. We have a few on stage. I mean, if you see that musical, you're like, what just happened? But because it's all done in song and performed, I was lucky enough to see it done by very talented performers, and I'm not just saying that because they're behind me. But you just, and in front of me as well, but musicals allow you a sort of like a license with the plot, an ability to just sort of, yeah, that's this. Don't worry too much about that. Let's focus on how well this person nails that C. Or let's just get into the feel of it all. And I think that's why I melded the two. I wanted to combine art and science, and this is the best way I could think of doing it. Thank you.
I think we got one up top as well.
Yeah, we'll take top, then we'll go down.
I was wondering about Bobby's riff there. Are there actual lyrics to that? And how did you achieve that?
Very good question. So I don't really know when you pinged me on that, but Silas and I are very lucky to have known each other from our master's degrees at the University of Ottawa. So represent. He took classical guitar and I was there for opera studies. And at some point during this process, he was like, hey, so I'm playing this guitar riff, and the character Bobby is non-verbal because they are technically a toddler at that point. And Silas went, I was just going to play this with guitar, but would you want to just sing something kind of alien and weird? And obviously I was like, absolutely yes. So we just kind of tried some stuff together, and then it was like, okay, please be vaguely in this realm every time you do it. So it's always a little bit different because there's nothing written down. It's just me saying something.
That one was written down.
Yeah,
or the words are written down, but the notes are.
The notes were there. The notes were there. I just riff on some sounds, and I'll be real with you. Most of them are vocal warm-ups that we are all doing backstage before the show, anyways. Very good for La Voce. So yeah, thank you for the question.
Basically, I wrote the solo, and then Carmen kind of took parts of it that would work, and then she recorded her solo, and then I re-recorded the solo to match what she did. So that's why that was kind of our
Back and forth.
co-composing process for that riff.
Ooh, so I am a credited composer on that.
Royalties are flooding in.
Yeah, our Spotify royalties. I think we hit 1,000 streams yet?
Oh. I think we're getting close.
Okay. Well, listen, Dad. Just kidding. Yes, I believe we have someone at the bar there.
Was there ever a plan to give Kate a song? And were there any other deleted songs that were eventually cut? And could we maybe see those on a future re-release of the album if possible?
Yeah, so we, with the amount of kind of time we had through for recording and for the amount of rehearsals we had, we cut about 8 songs, or ish.
At least a third of the show. And we didn't, it's not that we cut it, we just didn't record it in the first place. It's all written, it's all, I can give it to you, it's in a Google document. But that thing that Carmen said at the end, that's about a third of the musical. So if we get around to
that, that kind of takes us to our next point of, this project, we kind of the meat of this project was the recording, and today is kind of just the the cherry on top of like getting to celebrate with you and you getting to hear this live showcase of it. So now we're kind of at this stage of like, okay, we've got these recordings, we've got 12 or 13 of whatever 21 songs recorded. And what's the next step? So that's kind of why we're asking if you're interested in keeping up with us to fill out the email thing that we have, right? Because we don't know. We're gonna keep applying for grants. We're gonna keep applying to different production companies. But yeah, it's kind of.
We want more. We want more.
Well, if you do, actually on that topic, we invited pretty much as many Ottawa production companies as we could think of. If you know of some that might be interested in giving sci-fi musical a chance, we'd be happy to put us in touch. But we pitched this to like production companies as like a web series, as a feature film. We'll see. We're casting lines out, and my brother-in-law is a very good fisherman. And hopefully we can catch fish as well, or we can catch production companies as well as he can. If not, then we'll just self-produce. But that'll probably be long, and Charlotte will be in university by then. We'll see.
Any questions for the cast members?
Like the funniest thing to me was just like I still like sometimes the backing tracks are on my phone, so I go back to them and just like Silas's voice singing them, and it's just very the vibe is so different, especially for my songs. It always makes me laugh because
we want the Silas cut.
Yeah.
Release the Silas cut.
The good thing was, for me at least, there was a very specific vision communicated, and you like very specifically knew what you liked about my voice from like. I don't know.
I'm very particular.
I think Silas had a very like specific vision for everything, and it was just like, no, that tone there, and then do that tone there, and I was like, oh, okay, great. So it was just like throwing things out there, and then thankfully you were a decision maker, which is good because I think otherwise I probably would have played around more, and it would have been very different to Mona, I think. So that was fun for me.
I was just, the main thing I had to decide was how robotic to make him, how far to push him more towards Android, and whether to make him more staccato, and so I had to play around a little bit.
The great thing about the audition process is always, you put out there what you think it should be, and if the people doing the casting kind of agree with you, that's kind of how you end up in the role, which is fun. But what I wanted to say was how great Sandy and Silas were to work with, because although they had a vision, they weren't locked in. And Sandy in particular was extraordinarily open to ideas, right? The story, the character, how he's going to sound, he's like, yeah, let's do that. And then that was just a wonderful creative back and forth synergy flywheel thing.
Yeah, it was just a lot of play, honestly, just bringing out all the different
shades of a character, because as a human being you have a bunch of different qualities, whether they're good or positive. So it's just trying to find that and shape the character that you want to portray. Also just finding the beginning, the middle, and the end of where your character is going on the journey. Yeah, so just being goofy, having fun, vibing with everyone else, which was a lot of fun. Yeah.
As a non-human being, I think I had a slightly different situation from some of the other folks because I didn't audition for this character. I came in thinking, oh, this is a fun local project. I looked at the descriptions. There was a Han Solo type. There was a robot. I was really aiming for the robot. I can do robot. But I saw a third character description that said, bug, alien, deep voice. And I said, well, we're not doing that. No deep voice. I can't give you that. I couldn't give them that. I came up, they were very nice. It was a lovely audition process. Karen was there, hi. And they said, okay, that was pretty good. I did fix the planet, not nearly as well as Dave. And they were like, yeah, that's fine. They spared my feelings. But then they said, could you just read this script? And I said, oh, I thought that was for a deep voice. And they said, no, just do whatever. And I don't remember what voice I did, but I did give them, I saw yodeling. That's it. And I made up some noises that they have told me, like it was a, they said, oh, just give us a yodel. I said, oh, meow. You know, just absolute, off the top of my head stuff, which Carmen has taken and run with a lot. And so I felt very much like this is why I enjoyed doing this. I felt like I had a real input on the character, because you originally said you wanted someone from StarCraft. You had that in your head?
Now we're getting real nerdy.
You must construct additional pylons,
yeah.
Which I could have done. That's what I wanted. Listen, we'll write it. He'll have a brother, it's fine.
The only thing I want to say is the new works in the room, and thank you for asking that really valuable question. We remake a lot of art. You know, Sweeney Todd was mentioned, and we're coming up to Christmas time, so you're going to see many Scrooges and Christmas shows that we absolutely love. But I think it is very important to do contemporary works that are written by people who are alive today and not. If it's opera, they weren't dead at 1650, right? There's value to doing those shows, but when you get to do a modern take on something that's totally fresh and different, it's just so important. And it's very heartening to see how many people came out and are staying for this Q&A. I did not think this was gonna happen, and have questions. It's so valuable, and I think as long as we keep this stuff alive, right, and keep reinterpreting ideas, because somebody writes something and you're always, as the artist, going to interpret it, but it just makes it this collaborative approach that the audience is involved with as well. We feed off of energy. We're all, it's kind of someone used the word synergy. It's synergy with everybody in the room beyond the cast too. So it just feels so special that this was able to happen, and hopefully can happen even more. Right?
I think we were really lucky too that all of the songs, it's a pretty mixed bag genre-wise, but Sandy had a very kind of clear vision into like, I want this to be this vibe, and then I kind of went with that of like, you know, any of Damona's stuff was Bon Jovi, any of Pon's stuff, there was like electric piano, Jim was like the acoustic guitar guy, for Sam it was like often piano, and then like a kind of grungier thing for the Alien. So the fact that we kind of, had these very kind of contrasting genres already made it easier to be like, okay, Rachel, you're only singing with straight tone this whole musical. Ainsley, I want you to scoop every note, as much smokiness as you can. So we were lucky that our script is very strong and all these characters are very unique, and that it gave us a lot of to work with there.
Yeah.
Wow. Just a big love fest up here. We should do this more often. Do we have any more questions in the audience? Seeing none, we have one.
When did you guys physically meet? Because you talked to me in like the summer, and this is my first time seeing you. So when did you two actually? Oh, that's what you look like.
The first rehearsal.
Yeah, May of 2023.
And how much collaboration did we really? How much did we really talk about this musical? 0. It was like he would send me something, and I'd be like, all right. And that was basically it. I'd be like, maybe not this, and it was like 2 emails per song tops, and like literally there was like I mean, I didn't know. I was like, we were in different cities. I was in Montreal, I was in Ottawa, then I was back in the GTA. So I mean, we had like a couple calls, but it wasn't really like, I didn't really control any of the, you know, the story, and like you had your ideas for the music, but it was really like, yeah, 2 emails. So.
Well, it was already written in dramaturge by the time it made its way to Silas.
Yeah, that helps.
Is what happened. And yes, we met online, but you know, we also talked over the phone, so I thought he was real. And ChatGPT didn't exist then, so. Yeah, actually on that note, I should thank our dramaturge, a guy named Peter Haworth. You might have heard of him. Anyways, he was this part of Theatre Wakefield. We were allowed to get some feedback on the script, so I was fairly confident in the script. That's kind of why I wanted to have that read through in January of 2020, just to see what it would look or sound like with a bunch of people at a table read. But yeah, I realized the story of the creation of this is about as bizarre as the musical itself. But you know, it's like my dad. He'll rent a movie or something and then watch the deleted scenes and the making of before he'll watch the actual thing.
I didn't think we'd get this far, honestly. Not, you know what I mean? Not to say, but it's like I didn't think this was gonna happen. Like we were just planning to be like a fun thing for you and your friends, and the fact that it's come this far has been like an amazing experience for me to get to work with all this amazing cast and hear people sing my music, which has like never happened to me before. So.
Wait a minute. You sung your own music. You have an album out.
He's your hit that Spotify. There's our song stuff and then Silas.
Yeah, if you go through the album, you can find some of my music as well. But it was amazing. Like I've never done musical theater before, so like getting to work with you guys and like write all these fun, cheesy songs was like a really cool experience for me. Love all these primary colors and things like that. So it's been a great time.
Actually, I almost forgot. I keep referencing my dad. But my dad and mom were some of the biggest supporters, and they also helped fund the initial phases where I was playing. My mom typed up some of the stuff as well, so it's a real family effort. And I think we may actually we did a Fund What You Can campaign, and I think we have some donors in the audience right now, so huge thank you to them, and if you're at home watching this, huge thank you to you as well. You made this possible.
We will go home and listen to Spotify, but I think that's a real tribute to all of you working on.
A natural earworm. I'm just going to pass the mic over to the cast one more time, and then I think I see some shifting, so maybe we'll call it a day. Anybody anything to say?
I didn't get a cookie.
Do we have any left, Lydia? Oh, you're in luck.
Lydia made all the cookies. Thank you, Lydia.
Oh, yeah. The stickers. We also had 100 of these. One small misstep. The design is done by my friend Trevor LaForce back there in the plaid shirt. Very talented visual and creator artist. You should see his daughter's Halloween costumes. But if you didn't get a sticker, it's our mission patch, and just joining us today puts you in the same mission, or you've joined our mission. So make sure you grab one of those.
Yeah.
Thanks for being here, everyone. We've got the place, I think, until 5, so you don't have to rush out. Feel free to grab a drink, a cookie, come say hi. We'd love to talk to you. And thank you so much for being here. Sorry, I'm going to come down the bottom.